Hey guys, I'm Daniel.
And I'm Matthew, and we are that damn brand. Hard to get that in unison. Today, this is episode 2 of our podcast, and today we're talking about future games we intend to play. We'll probably discuss virtual reality and lack of good game releases, a few other things. But let's start with the future games we intend to play. Take it away, Daniel.
So, our first game that we're probably going to play is going to be, our new game, I should say, is going to be Destiny. Since that's coming out pretty soon, we were both impressed with the beta. And unfortunately, the console players will get their hands on it first, but we'll wait for the more clean version of the game.
Yes, the console peasants will iron out all the bugs in our PC Master Race version. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, same here. I miss the kind of a shooter it is, a loot-based shooter, ever since Borderlands. Put in too many hours in Borderlands, but I miss that style of gameplay, a more cooperative, loot-based shooter.
Yeah, I mean, we've discussed this internally a couple of times. They haven't officially announced Borderlands 3, but you have to know that it's in development, and it probably has been for some time. Maybe we'll...
Gearbox has to. That's the only game that they're making that actually does good. Everything else.
Yeah, I never played Battleborn, but I know it hasn't been that well received.
Is it free to play now?
I think it might be. And usually when games go to free to play, it's because they're not making any money. Well, the Elder Scrolls did that, I think.
But the Elder Scrolls turned it around with that. But I think the Elder Scrolls was in a unique situation because people wanted to play their game. It's just it was too expensive to. You bought a $60 game, and then I thought, what was the subscription fee when it came out? Like $16?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it just wasn't. It was too much money for people.
Yeah, and so now they went to the free to play, so you just pay the initial money and then you can play. The Elder Scrolls Online is really fun, multiplayer Skyrim. So.
And it's constantly updated due to them having to get money out of you. So they release new expansions around every 2 months. It's a really good game if you guys haven't checked it out before.
Yeah. The last expansion was Morrowind or something like that, and I know they added housing a couple months before that, but I haven't really been on it that recently. So.
I'm not too sure how much it cost on console, but I know on PC you can probably get it for less than $20.
Yeah, we got it for really cheap. I think it was.
It was like $12.
It was 12. Yeah, we got it for $12.50 when it was at least above $40 at the time.
We got it during the first week when they changed from subscription based to no sub fee. So they were just trying to get people in the system.
Yeah, I think they lowered the price. They put it on sale, and then we had a Green Man Gaming code for another 25% off or something. So
it was a ridiculously good deal.
It was, yeah. Definitely worth it.
Speaking of Green Man Gaming, what I'm interested in seeing is I don't know if you've been paying attention to them, but they're actually selling console games now on Green Man Gaming.
Oh no, I hadn't noticed that. I get their emails all the time, but I hadn't really checked out their site in forever.
Well, they have some PlayStation games on there. I'm pretty sure they're going to start doing some Xbox, the Anywhere titles. But every PC player talks about is how cheap games are on PC. I'm curious on how having an external marketplace is going to affect console game prices.
You mean as an option for GameStop? Or competition to GameStop? What do you mean?
Outside of PSN and outside Xbox Live. The reason PC games are probably so cheap is because you have Steam, you have Origin, you have whatever the crap Ubisoft one is, Uplay.
Yeah, that one sucks.
Even the Windows Store now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different vendors for PC codes. Amazon, you can buy.
Yep.
Just like what we did with Final Fantasy, the Stormblood. How we found it for $20 when it's going for 40.
Yeah, we purchased the physical copy with the disc that comes with, basically you can install it via the disc, but it also comes with the code that you use to register to your account, and then it ties it to your account. And the deal with Stormblood is that it also comes with Heaven's Word, or Heaven's Sword, however the hell you say that. So we're getting 2 expansions for the price of 1. And not only that, but it was also exactly, that's what I was gonna say. We picked it up for $21, and then, funnily enough, Daniel checked the price recently, and it actually has gone up like what, twice the price? It's like $40 now.
Yeah, so the first time it was like a few days after we bought it, it went from $21 to $28, and then I checked it a few days later, and it went up the whole $40. Like where it wouldn't make at that point just buy the code and get it right now. It's like don't wait for shipping. But yeah, so that's what I'm talking about with the PC gaming. You can find things for cheap all the time. Humble bundles even out there.
Yeah.
Getting the games for $1.
Well, I mean, you can get some good games for $1. Most of the time, you have to pay like above the recommended price, wherever, like $5 or something. I think average price.
But I remember getting like a whole crap load of Telltale games for like $12, and Telltale games are amazing. And some of those games, if they would have gone on sale for $15, I would have bought that game alone for $15. But like getting them all for $12 or $15,
yeah,
like the Batman Telltale game, the Borderlands Telltale game. I know I already owned Borderlands, so I was going to give that to you. Same thing with I think it was A Wolf Among Us, which I think is the best Telltale game so far.
No, it was The Walking Dead, which I already have.
Oh yeah, and I think, but it also came with 2, which I already have 2, so I can give you that one as well.
Oh, The Wolf Among Us?
No, Walking Dead 2.
Oh, The Walking Dead 2. Okay, yeah. Cool. Yeah, the Humble Bundle is a good deal. Like, I mean, I've gotten a couple of them. It definitely has expanded my PC library substantially when I started to migrate to PC. Like, I remember picking up it was like Deep Silver bundle and the
Saints Row stuff.
Yeah, all the Saints Row and I think they had like a couple other things. There was like an EA bundle that had like Puzzle Agent. It might have been the same one as the Telltale. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, Humble Bundle's a good value. Definitely worth it.
Yeah, I think I'm curious on seeing how the digital codes for console is going to change the marketplace, if any, for console games.
I mean, can't you technically buy digital codes right now at like GameStop.com and Amazon?
Yeah, but they're still at full retail price.
Are you talking about because Green Man has all the deep discounts?
Right. Green Man doesn't really follow the same rules as the other ones do.
Yeah, that's true. There are those what are they, like key sites out there that sell just individual keys for games. You got to be very careful about that stuff. I mean, I know at least 3 or 4 people, like my friends, that have bought codes from there that turned around and got revoked, or didn't work initially and they couldn't get a refund because there's no customer support to speak of. Like they email people and the email just bounces or what have you. So I'd be wary of putting my credit card information in one of these sites, even if it does look legit. Like I know I kind of just only trust the main ones out there.
Yeah, I've only used Green Man and I think G2G is what it's called.
GOG, like Good Old Games.
Yeah, GOG.
Yeah, that's where we got Splinter Cell. Was it Hybrid Theory or one of the, or
no,
something
Chaos
like that?
Theory.
Chaos Theory, yeah. Hybrid Theory is Linkin Park album. Anyway, yeah, good stuff. We're another game that we intend to play, but we're actually waiting off on it.
Diverted.
Yeah, well, I mean, course of a normal conversation, but anyway, so we're waiting on to play this game. It's actually in the Humble Bundle right now. Is Lara Croft: Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's in the Humble Bundle for $12, but it's just the base game. So they have like the 20th anniversary edition or something on Steam. It's like $50, and so we're basically waiting for that to drop. So because that's going to come with the base game, the season pass, which is like all the downloadable content and stuff. So we're waiting for that price to fall on Steam, probably the winter sale. Then we're going to pick up that Rise of the Tomb Raider, and we'll probably end up doing a video on the survival mode for that.
I don't think there's been a Lara Croft game that I haven't played.
I mean, most of them are good.
Yeah, I played Tomb Raider, all the original Tomb Raiders on PlayStation, or PC and PlayStation, but I played them on PlayStation. All the ones on PlayStation 2. Yeah, every single one I played. The revival. I like how they're trying to bring her back. I don't think I like the game before I say anything of the original. I guess the reboot, the first game of the rebooted series.
Right. I think it's just called.
I think it's just called Tomb Raider.
Yeah, it might be.
Lara Croft has Tomb Raider something like that. I don't know.
I'm looking because I have it. I'm checking my Steam. Yeah, it's just called Tomb Raider.
Yeah. I think it's a good game. I don't think it's a Tomb Raider.
Yeah, you don't really raid too many tombs, and it just, I mean, and how they just changed it as more of an origin thing. I mean,
it's more action based.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
I kind of like how they did it with Temple of Osiris, the top down games that are kind of like
twin stick shooters is I think what the thing would be called. Like, I guess they're like twin stick shooters in that you use both the sticks to like turn and shoot. But they're also kind of like puzzle games because you gotta
like Smash TV. I think is what that old school game was called.
Oh yeah, Smash TV was awesome. That game was hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I like how they brought that in, but they called it Lara Croft and the Guardian, whatever. They specifically branded it something else to say, hey guys, this is not Tomb Raider.
Right. It was Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light, and then Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Guardian of Light was 2 players, and Temple of Osiris was 4 players.
Those are really fun games. I liked them.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun playing them. I might have some old footage lying around of one of the two. I think we can do a That Damn Brand classic video on that. Who knows?
Well, I guess a game that I'm really looking forward to, because I did enjoy it while we played it, was Far Cry 5. I guess I'm looking forward to Far Cry 5. I enjoyed when we played Far Cry 4. The biggest downfall of Far Cry 4 was that the co-op mode was really half-assed. It was you can only do shit on the map and you couldn't do missions. You can only take over an out
strongholds
or whatever. Yeah, and then it didn't even count for both people. It only counted for the host. So then you would have to go into your world and do it again.
Yep. And then I mean, when we played it and when it worked, it was a lot of fun. It was kind of like because the Far Cry 3 had co-op, but it was like its own individual mode, and they were just like short missions, like go from point A to point B, kill some guys, and that's it. So for Far Cry 4, it's like they sort of expanded on that in that you have the world, the open world to play in, but you can't really do anything. There's no real progression in terms of the co-op. Like it's just kind of like Daniel said, you go to take over Stronghold, but if it only counts for one person, then what the hell, But the biggest downfall of that was that the game kept fucking crashing on my shit. Like when I would die, it would just sit there. Like I wouldn't get a chance to reload. It was just like I'm dead, and then the game crashed. And I actually tried to go back into it recently, and I finally got it to load. Originally it wouldn't even boot up in Windows 10, but now I actually got it to load. I loaded up a save, and I was trying to walk around, and the same damn shit. Like this time, it doesn't even happen in co-op. If I just die, yeah, the game crashes. I'm like, wow, this is bullshit. But it was fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's just circle strafing rhinos and stabbing them and just doing all this kind of shit. Like that was, and the freaking honey badgers in 4 were ridiculous. Shit, I was more scared of honey badgers than like tigers and rhinos and shit.
I'm looking forward to 5 to actually progress to the story, and hopefully it doesn't crash on us.
That's my biggest concern is whether or not it will crash. I hope it's not Far Crash 5.
We'll find out.
We will. We very much will. But that's the way it's looking right now. Far Cry 5 releases in February, so that's a few months off yet.
I can't think of any other games that we're immediately going to play. If people...
Well, yeah, go ahead.
I was thinking like some games that I want to play when we're not playing together are Telltale games. That if people are interested in watching that, I can stream those. I know those are more story games anyway, so it's not like you're really playing them.
Right, you're sitting there watching him make the decisions.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, exactly. Even as the player, you're really not playing.
Well, the cool thing about Telltale games, though, is like, you know how it kind of gives you a few seconds to check, like, the option or whatever, dialogue and all that.
Yeah.
So if you're streaming it and people, you could ask in chat, like, what do you guys think? And then, obviously they'd have to be quick, but
really quick.
yeah, but they can help you choose. So that'd be cool. What I was going to say was regarding stuff that we were going to play. We still have not finished Tom Clancy's Wildlands, Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Yeah, we've been taking our time on that. We kind of
we've pretty much done like everything. Like we clear out an entire area of the map. Like we kill the mini boss, we do all the side missions. Like we have, I think, all the skills and all the upgrades possible.
I think we're highly overpowered for where we are in the game.
Right. We should probably have gotten to. I've already forgot the main boss's name. The guy with like the face tattoos.
Don't we already have access to him? We're just cleaning up everything.
So
we have done 2 of the
like under branches. 2. Yeah, I think we've cleared out 2 whole branches, and I think
we've done like smuggling and something else.
Yeah, I think we've cleared out 2 whole branches, and so we do have access to whatever that guy's name is. But now we're sort of completionists in a sense that we want to make sure we kill all the bad guys before we get to the main bad guy. We're going to clear out all the production, all the smuggling, all the, that's in each individual branch before we go after the head honcho.
Not for ourselves.
Yes, we're thinking about the Bolivians and their struggles, and how there's so many. What are those things called? The cars or the trucks that go around, the convoys.
Convoys.
Yeah, how there's so many convoys roaming their countryside, seemingly every 5 minutes. We just go in with our armored car that we call in from the rebels and blow it to shit. Fun stuff. But other than Wildlands, we actually kind of have been talking about doing a special project with Rocksmith. So you're not going to see that immediately, but sometime in the future there'll be a video on that.
Something we've also been discussing is VR.
Well, get to VR in 1 second. There's one more thing. Yeah, there's one more thing. And then, so in 2018, since you had mentioned Far Cry, there's another open world game that I think we're both looking forward to. Crackdown 3?
I don't know. Crackdown 1 was really fun. Crackdown 2 was garbage. So
which one was the one we played on Xbox? Was it the first one?
Yeah, it was the first one.
Oh yeah, like we played the hell out of the first Crackdown. Like that game was cool, like picking up cars and throwing them across the map. And
yeah, Crackdown 1 was fun, and we put a lot of time into that.
We were hunting down all the little orbs and stuff.
Yeah, all the power-ups.
Yeah.
So Crackdown 2 or Crackdown 3, if it plays like a 4-player Crackdown 2, then that's gonna be pretty fun. Not Crackdown 2, Crackdown 1. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So if it's more like 1 than 2.
But what I'm excited about that one is Xbox Anywhere.
Oh, okay.
CrossPlay.
So we'll have a larger base to pool randoms from.
If we choose to play with randoms.
Well, I'm just saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or by randoms, we can say our fan base.
I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the Xbox CrossPlay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, we haven't played a lot of it, but when we played Gears 4, it was kind of cool being able to get in and on board with some people that were on Xbox, and then Daniel and I shows a little computer icon, so kind of cool. And of course, we did better than them.
But it wasn't because of mouse and keyboard before everyone gets all...
Right, we played Gears with controller on PC.
Yeah.
It's just because our system was more powerful than the Xbox. So...
Alright.
Just saying. Skill has some to do with it, but Anyway, so now go ahead and mention the VR stuff you want to talk about.
Well, I'm really looking forward to maybe dipping our toe into VR. The problem I'm having is if I do commit to a virtual reality system, which one would I commit to? I don't like how they're doing 2 different ecosystems with exclusives. I think the market is too small already as it is, and then you're going to split that. That's really stupid.
I agree. For me, there's seemingly no reason for them to have their own, like you said, store or launching pad or platform or whatever, like per
And
system.
exclusives, like for instance, Killing Floor is a Oculus exclusive, and the Batman game's an Oculus exclusive. The Marvel, what do you call it? It's not a defense game, but
it's like a
horde mode.
Right.
That Marvel first-person horde mode game is going to be on Oculus, and I don't know exactly which ones are going to be on Vive, but I'm pretty sure Vive has some pretty good ones. Too. Oh, Doom is on Vive. I want to play Doom.
So what it kind of sounds like is if we want to play all of these games, we have to invest in all of these headsets. That's just right now it's definitely not feasible. Like, or even if it was feasible, it just sounds stupid. Like, why should we have to do that? You know, like we should be able to just buy one of these headsets and then go on to like the developers of these headsets should agree on a platform and put all their fucking games on it, and then that way, you know, people will still have their choice on which headset they want to get, but they can still get the games without having to be like, oh, I want to play this, but I can't because I spent X amount on this headset and I need, you know, the other headset. It's just bullshit.
I agree. I don't think the market's big enough for that, and that's keeping me out of the market. I may have bought a headset already if I would before this initial urging, because I've been wanting, like when it first came out, I was probably going to pre-order an Oculus, but I heard about Vive, and then I read that they were separate with their own platform. Like, really, guys? You know, so if I wanted to play, I want to play the superhero games, and I want to play the shooter games, but I can't play them both on the same headset? That's retarded, and I'm not dealing with that shit. I'm not throwing out $600 on a headset to play two games.
Right. And then, like we mentioned before we started recording, there's like the Resident Evil 7 VR that is currently PlayStation exclusive. So, I mean, that's whole another platform too, like the PlayStation VR itself.
I want that when it comes on PC.
The VR?
The Resident Evil VR.
Well, I know. So, I mean, do you think it's going to be, once it comes to PC, it's not going to be specific to a console, to a platform or whatever? They're not going to be like, oh, now that it's on PC, it's going to be Vive exclusive, or...
I don't know, because I know some games aren't exclusive. Some games are on both. It's kind of like, you know, the way it is on console for some. It's pretty much a console war with VR headsets.
It's a VR headset war.
So there's some games that are compatible with both, but there's some that the manufacturer bought rights to, so it's only on theirs.
Yeah, kind of like just system specific IPs.
Yeah, like for instance, well, I guess we don't need to get into that.
Yeah. People will understand that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So VR. Hopefully, we'll get into that game soon. But well, maybe not soon, but you know, in the future. That's definitely something. We just have to figure out what choices to make, since there are so many damn choices.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm leaning towards Oculus, to be honest, but I really want to play that Marvel game that they've been talking about.
Well, you know, maybe in the future we can get multiple ones, like you get one and I get one, and we obviously when we hang out we'll play both.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's VR, I guess. I feel like we've kind of covered that. So, go ahead.
I was going to say that 2-player Killing Floor game would be cool, though, to play co-op.
Oh, yeah. That would be dope. But 2 headsets of the same headset?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you know, developers, if you're listening, hook it up. Hook it up. But, yeah, that 2-player Killing Floor would be legit. But moving on. So something else we wanted to talk about as we were getting ready to record this podcast, looking up the future games we intend to play, we started realizing that there's kind of a lack of good game releases. I feel like when we were younger, it felt like there was a new good game coming out like all the time. You know? Yeah, at least like one good game a month. Yeah, I think I remember there being a point in time where I was getting a new Xbox 360 game like every week, if I remember correctly. I want to be like, I got a new game this one Tuesday, and then the next Tuesday I picked up another game, and then the next Tuesday I picked another game, and then there was a like month or two drought maybe, but you had those many good games to play all at once. Now, looking at the release schedule, we're like, what's coming out? We looked at Far Cry 5. It was like February. Like, okay. It's like Destiny 2. It's coming out in October. And it's like, all right, so there's some games, but they're on the horizon. They're not like, what's coming out in September? Crickets. I mean, I can't think of one thing. And looking on the list,
console
was like,
gamers, you can say Destiny. It's more PC. I have been looking into getting a Switch for the Zelda games and the Mario games. They look pretty good.
yeah. One of my buddies has a Switch. It does look really good, and actually, I want to say two of my buddies have it. And it's just kind of cool, just how you can be playing on a TV, and then you're like, "Crap, I gotta go," and you just pick it up and walk away, and you're still playing it. You know?
Yeah, that's what I really like about it myself. Is that it's a
Hybrid.
portable console. And I don't want to say like a handheld, like a 3DS or whatever. It's a portable console.
Yeah, it's like a hybrid between like a handheld and a console. I think portable console is a good way of describing it as well. But tying in with that, I mean, hell, we can even go with that. Like, what games are coming out on Switch? You know what I mean?
I'm unfamiliar with that.
Well, but that's what I'm saying though. It's back in the day, even when you weren't as familiar with other consoles, like you still kind of knew the games that were coming out because like there was always good games coming out, even for like console exclusivities or whatever. Like the one game that I really want them to remake or update or reboot or whatever, just kind of bring into the 2017, 2018s, is Hunter the Reckoning. Did you ever play that game?
I played both of them on the Xbox. I know there was a different one on PlayStation.
Yeah, I think there ended up being three. Like one of them was PlayStation exclusive,
but one of them was Xbox exclusive.
Right.
Were they the same game, just different characters?
I think so.
Yeah.
One of them, I think that was the PlayStation one where you get to play as the girl you rescue in the first game.
That was the Xbox.
She's like grown up. Oh, was it the Xbox?
Oh no, I had that one on GameCube. I'm sorry. What's
it? I mean, whatever. But whatever. But yeah, the cool thing about Hunter the Reckoning was that me and a couple of my friends would always get together and we'd sit and we'd have split screen co-op. So it's like not split screen, but like same overhead, same screen co-op, whatever. Like we'd be in the same fucking room playing co-op, and like that was just fun. That was really cool. We'd start playing games at like midnight or whatever after his parents went to bed, and they'd come out in the morning and we're still playing. Like I don't know, Hunter the Reckoning was really fun, and I wish they would remake it and update it. That kind of game would be really cool. I mean, and especially like even if they're not gonna do the same screen co-op or whatever, they could do online. I mean, how hard is it to do online? Like there's so many games that do it these days,
Yeah.
And then also they should remake X-Men Legends. Like I understand there's like Marvel Heroes or Marvel Heroes Omega that they have now, but it's not the same. Marvel Heroes Omega is like Diablo because it's made by one of the original creators of Diablo. X-Men Legends was just fun. Like it was just really, really fun. And it was for the same reason. It was same screen co-op. So
yeah, X-Men Legends was fun, and then they expanded it with Marvel Alliance, Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah. That was I couldn't remember the name of it, but yeah, Ultimate Alliance. Exactly. Those games were fun.
It was kind of like a Champions of Norath style game. I don't know if you ever played that.
I did, but I played it way late, like way after the fact, where it wasn't really big anymore. But yeah, played it for a little while.
I do miss those more RPG, but not quite. I guess it's more of it's not as hardcore as Diablo in terms of gear loot, but it's story driven a little bit more than Diablo. Diablo, no one really gives a shit about the story they're describing.
Essentially, yeah.
I guess Cliffy's beating me to it, but if I would remake some sort of type of game for nowadays, it would be a good arena shooter. Call of Duty came and destroyed shooting games, in my opinion. I had fun with Call of Duty 4. I had fun with
Modern
Modern
Warfare
Warfare
2.
2, but that
Yeah.
was it. It's all the same shit, and it's all. I don't know. I think it's garbage. I really don't think guns are overpowered.
Yeah, the models.
I can snipe people in the head, and if I have the wrong attachments, then they don't die in one shot. Which I'm like, oh, it's a 50 cal to the face.
Yeah, their brain should be like 12 feet behind them.
It's just I don't know. I felt you respawn in random places. You can respawn behind someone, get a free kill. You don't really have the tactics the way you would in an arena shooter. How in an arena shooter you would have to choose which weapons you would take at the beginning in a fight. If you win them, how are you going to control the map? And and as the team that's winning has to control the pace of the game. And it's a power struggle for the most part. I didn't really feel that, and I guess I liked it because it's more team oriented. It's more strategic. Not really just run around in a circle and shoot people in the back.
Right.
I don't need a super knife to lunge through people's bullets to stab someone.
While you're carrying a care package
Yeah.
canister or whatever. Yeah.
I would really like to see a good arena shooter. I would like to see something like maybe like the original Halo come back. The Halo 4 blew ass. Haven't played Halo 5. Don't intend to. Unless they release on PC for cheap.
Yeah, right. They're releasing Quake Champions, right? I don't know if that's what you mean specifically by arena shooter, but that's coming out soon.
Quake's a good one too.
Yeah, Quake Champions they're coming out. It supposedly has like that classic Quake vibe. So
it seems like they're coming back with it. So like like I said, I might be beaten to it, but
yeah. What were you mentioning about Quake DB? Are you talking about Lawbreakers?
Yeah.
Is that an arena shooter?
That's what the goal was. I haven't really
so
much.
I was like, the last thing I saw about that game was like being able to manipulate like the plane of play, like the battlefield. I guess like your character could be upside down shooting at somebody who's right side up, and then there's another guy who could be off in the corner of the map, like walking on the map sideways, kind of thing.
I saw some characters swinging around the map. I didn't see any anti-ground characters.
Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe I didn't look too much into it, but it just looked really crazy. And maybe that was a power up or something. I don't know. But
I also miss which was actually a cross compatible game. Probably one of the first ones. Or not cross compatible. Cross play. What is it called?
Cross platform.
Cross platform, where they play against each other. Yeah, I guess cross platform versus was oh my, what is the name? It had trolls and elves and it was a shooter. Shadowrun.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That game was so much fun.
I remember that. Yeah, but you're talking about Shadowrun, the like FPS or whatever, right?
Yeah, the FPS.
Yeah, because they remade Shadowrun as like a turn-based.
What it used to be. Yeah, the FPS was kind of the oddball.
Yeah, but I remember Shadowrun FPS. Yeah, I remember having a lot of fun with that game.
The game was so much fun. I remember being a katana elf.
Yeah, and then you had like a hang glider or something, and
yeah, you can pick hang gliders. You can pick healing trees. You can resurrect your teammates.
Yeah,
it was for you guys who don't know, it was a shooter that combined magic with. So it was like there was dwarfs, trolls, humans, elves. All of them had their own sort of like race abilities. For instance, the elf was fast and they would regen health. The human could use technology and it wouldn't use up any of their magic. Like you had X amount of magic, and a technology would use up 2 magic spots. Those are magic spots that you can't use for magic. The human would not bypass that anyway. So it was real cool. It had healing trees, lightning bolts, if I remember correctly, where you shoot out of your hands.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it a lot. The push people off cliffs.
Yep.
You had the wind gust, when you did it correctly.
Yeah, the game was a lot of fun. They should remake the shooter version of it.
I agree, and with them doing a push in cross gameplay or cross platform gaming, I think that would be perfect to bring back.
Yeah, no, I agree. That game was a lot of fun. All right, so I think we're moving on from that topic, and do you want to mention the thing we just did before we started recording?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right.
Alright, so we will be attending PAX South in San Antonio, Texas, I think on January 12th
Woot
to
woot.
14th.
Yep, January 12th through the 14th, 2018. I am based in San Antonio, and
I was based in San Antonio.
yeah, but currently Daniel is based in Houston. So it's not that far of a drive for him. So we're gonna be at PAX South. We just registered for our badges and stuff. We got 3 days, so you'll definitely see a lot of PAX South coverage on that damn brand in the future.
And unfortunately, there's no schedule yet. We can't really tell you what we're going to be trying to cover, but we'll let you guys know in the future.
Yeah, definitely. We'll keep you guys updated. You'll hear about it at some point in one of these future podcasts. And then, so since you mentioned the PAX South, I will mention the last thing. I'll just say that we have a surprise or two in the future. We also, did something, and we just play the waiting game. So, we'll have another positive surprise for you guys in the future. So there's something to look forward to.
I caved and got the socks at PAX.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
God damn it.
I wanted them.
Maybe I'll get the dice. I don't know. Probably not, though.
Can you add to your order?
I don't know.
That's a lot for dice.
But it's fucking dice. Anyway. Alright, well, anyway, so this episode's running kind of long now, so unless there's anything specific you'd like to add, I think we're going to call it a day on this episode as well.
No, I think this episode's wrapped.
Alright then, so until next time, I've been Matthew.
And I'm Daniel.
Wear that damn brand. Take it easy.
Peace.